liked. I thought we had a good job on the glass. We had 17 second chance points, but if you look at the game through that framework, the first shot offense obviously wasn't very good, so a lot of work to do, but we can learn from it.
All season long, your half-court offense has been one of the very best in the league. Anything specifically inside the half-court that got bogged down a little bit tonight? Yeah,
I'll have to watch it. I thought just naked eye could have done a better job at getting to the next action tonight, especially in the first half. I thought we did a good job of that in the third. But just too many possessions where, we weren't leveraging each other and working together, which is a good lesson. The game gets a lot harder when we do that. So, again, we got to learn from it, look at it. We're not going to be perfect every night. There's lessons in every game. We got to learn them from this one.
Mark, obviously, Casey usually takes the start. You went with Gordon tonight. I just wonder what you thought he did in his minutes just in that slot and then just throughout the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't overreact to who starts. We're looking at a lot of different lineups and the starting lineup's just the first 5 on the court, but definitely wanted to, give him longer minutes, take a look at him on Siakam. That was one of the reasons to do it, is kind of test him against a bigger guy. We needed a bigger body on Siakam anyways, so it was really just to explore that a little bit.
Yeah, I know you said this defense is, naturally aggressive, so you're not trying to force turnovers, but it just kind of happens a lot of times, and they beat you guys in the turnover battle 12-9. I just wonder what you saw that maybe had them kind of flip that number that usually you guys win.
I thought their pace was evident tonight. They had 23 points in transition by our count, and it's hard to get our disruption into the game when we're in transition. So there was a lot of plays like that. Obviously, that's what they do well, and they're hard to stop there, so credit them. But, I think it's usually a barometer of our intensity. I thought in the half-court our defense was decent tonight. I didn't think we lost the game with our half-court defense. It was more the transition D and then, just not having our best offensive night.
Last one for me. I know some of the focus is going to maybe turn more to say now that Dub is out, but it felt like the way they loaded up in the first half was probably better than some of the teams you've seen this year. I just wonder what you saw from the way they tried to defend Shea that maybe stood out.
I don't think it was singular to Shea. It wasn't really that. I thought collectively we just didn't do a good enough job in the first half, like I said, of leveraging each other and using each other in actions to create advantages, and that included everybody. That wasn't limited to one person.
We talked about pace in pregame. What do you think of the way you guys handled the pace at times?
Well, like I said, they got 23 in transition by our count, our internal stuff, which isn't great. It's a lot of points in transition, especially against us. So we obviously lost that end, the battle on that end. And then, on the other end, I thought we played with decent pace. I didn't think it was a lack of energy or a lack of pace. I thought it was more once we get stuck on a possession, getting to the next action, and then, some of the reads when we hit the paint. They blocked 10 shots tonight. So that's 10 plays that obviously were contested around the rim.
You guys, gave up 72 points in the paint. Was that those 23 points on the fast break for them? Because a lot of those were
that, but that's a big number. Obviously, that's a good barometer for us. Every single night, just because of how much we hit the paint and then how much we try to defend it. So when we lose that battle, it's hard for us to overcome that.
Anybody else? Yeah, Michael, go ahead. Lou Dort had a really nice night tonight defensively. Is it ever a challenge to sort of pick and choose where you want to deploy him on which guy, because he guarded about everybody out on the floor tonight?
Yeah, he played really hard, especially in the third. I thought he was a big part of that third quarter on that end of the floor, just takes guys out of rhythm. He really competes on that end of the floor, and I thought he did that again tonight on Halliburton. In terms of where to deploy him, usually it's whatever the top priority is what he gets. And we move him around at different times, too. We had him on Siakam a little bit tonight, which was a good look. But, I respect, regardless of what's going on in the game, for him or us offensively, he has some level of competitiveness. He plays really, really hard, and that's a level he reaches every night.
You kind of hit on it. It looked like Shea was more gassed tonight, just kind of grabbing his shorts and looked like they were, he was expending more energy, I guess.
Yeah, I thought some of that was we didn't make the game overly easy for ourselves generally, on the offensive end of the floor. I thought we had to work a lot harder with the way that we were playing. And so, it's a lesson we can learn. I just didn't think we created a ton of rhythm tonight. And the game gets harder for everybody when that's the case. And I thought that was the case tonight. So it really hasn't been a lot of games like that for us offensively that I thought were more self-inflicted. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of teams that leave games and feel like that a lot more than we have this season. So I'm grateful for that. And hopefully because of that, we're able to course correct that very quickly. And this has been a team that's done that really all season.
And then you guys rotated 11 guys, I think I counted up. And was that just you just trying to find a combo that you liked, or was it the pace that dictated that, or just going on with that?
11's more normal for us than not, especially at this point in the season. I'm a big believer in giving a lot of different guys opportunities to touch the floor and to touch the outcome of the game, see what they can bring to the game, using different guys situationally. I think it's good for engagement and good for chemistry. And so that's a pretty normal thing for us and something we'll continue to do throughout the rest of the season.
It's not about the game itself, but there's a Japanese athletic trainer with the Pacers.
Yes.
Who used to work with you.
Yep.
And with Blue. What do you think of that? You are both of you are actually in the NBA right now, and also what do you think of there's more and more women working in the NBA, and then even all over the world like her.
Yeah. She sent me the nicest thank you note I think I've ever gotten in my life. She sent me an amazing thank you note a couple years ago. She was an intern with the Blue, and then she was with Fort Wayne with Indiana, and now is with the Pacers. It's amazing how far both things you just said, gender equality and then the international influx into the NBA. The league is really a tone setter in that, and we're proud that she started here.
Did you talk to her?
I gave her a hug before the game. She came over to me. So. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.